Hello, hello. It's me again. Hello. I can't read chat right now because this sketchbook's bigger than the other two sketchbooks, so the camera's at a different angle, and I can't really read it, and it would strain my neck to read it. But I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm excited. We're doing a 15th sketchbook tour today. I'm excited. So I guess maybe we can get into that. I am running a little bit late, or at least I was running a little bit late. I was having a very sleepy morning, so all right. Before we really get into this, though, I do want to kind of preface this very quickly, and by saying that around this time, I don't know, I was feeling a little depressed, but I think that was probably seasonal depression. It was like, around this time last year. Actually, it might have been in December. Who knows? Hello. Oh wow, there's like 11 people here. Okay. So, this one's kind of like uninspired a little bit, but I think that there's a lot of fun pages in here. I'm excited to get into it. But yeah, it's also pretty chunky. I got really into junk journaling around this time as well, because I feel like I kept getting a bunch of stuff, so I was like, I like this packaging, we're putting it in the sketchbook. So for stickers, I think it's really just these two, our Milky Tomato. Everything else was from various sticker packs or was given to me. This was given to me, so I don't know what it's from, but it was like a broken pin. So I super glued it so it didn't fall off. And then I have the back here. This one, and this one are Milky Tomato. And then I don't know where the artist for this one. It came in a pack that I got. So it's I think it's definitely stolen art. I did not know. But it was a gift, so, but I liked it, so I wanted to put it on this one, especially because there's a spiral theme. Oh, my goodness. Sorry. I think that my throat is killing me. So that's really it for the cover, but we can get right into it. Hello, hello. Okay. So, oh wow, it's December and February is actually when I was in the sketchbook. This is here because I originally had one of those like 600 pages sketchbook, 600 page sketchbook, but it completely fell apart. So here are just some of. Okay, I gotta move my stuff over a little bit. Okay. So here is sort of my little doodles. If you remembered from my last sketchbook tour, I did a lot of, doodles whenever I felt uninspired, and then I have like a little thermal printer, so I was printing out reference photos. And then this was when I was playing web fishing, but I never really, I never finished these drawings, but I still really like that game. And then this is the sketchbook that I used. So, But yeah, so December to February, which is kind of crazy to think about. And then this was just kind of adding, my first little bits of junk. My thermal printer got, you know, jammed. And then I have some business cards here from some cool artists. I have this from a blind box. I also have this one and this one. So that's this page. And then I think that all of these ones are from I had like a different paper, and then I put them in. But I was using, I think, acrylic markers for these ones. So very cool, very cool. And then these are my two characters that are currently going through a massive redesign. So it's definitely different, but I thought that it was kind of funny. So this is Marmalade, this is Jam, and their kingdom's name is the Preserves, because I thought that was hilarious. And then I have like just, some word vomit of lore. I won't go into it. It's kind of a lot. I would have to explain so much. Plus, I think I'm going to completely redo a lot of things with that story, but, and then I did this a lot in one of my sketchbooks where I kind of traced over an image, and then I kind of was trying to, like, understand proportions and how it works with certain poses, so I did it, like, while looking at this, and then I would kind of, like, cover these two up and then try to do it from memory. And then we have this little doodle page, just like, just drawing a lot of random things. I was gonna color it, and then I ended up not doing that, but, I'll get to my Sonic in a second. I did, I did another one, but I was not super excited about doing it. So then I was gonna do it here, and I was like, I don't want to do that actually. And then here, I watched, I think it was maybe like the third Sonic, right? Yeah, the third Sonic one. Sonic movie. I love Sonic. Especially the movies. I watched it with my friend. We dressed up, so she was Sonic and I was Eggman. It was great. And before we actually watched the movie, we went to a store and we saw that they had like some blind boxes, and we thought it would be perfect. So of course we had to buy them. And then this one kind of fell out. And so I think the one that I got was actually Sonic, and then I don't remember which one she got. But since then, I have Knuckles and Shadow. So that's pretty cool. And then over here, I was gonna do that same thing, and then I was like, no, I don't want to draw. So I ended up not doing that, but that's okay, And then over here, I was definitely feeling very sick around this time. As you can see, I had like a runny nose, so I had to draw about that. I found this on the parking lot floor ground thing, and I was like, oh, someone just lost their Stitch sticker. But yeah, lots of tea. I have to drink a lot of tea currently, so, but, okay, now we have my Eggman spread, so that's pretty cool. I just think he's neat, and some, dogs. I really got nothing here. I just wanted to draw him a lot, because I was trying to figure out how I wanted to draw him, because I've seen so many cool artists kind of make their own interpretation, so that's kind of what this was, but also I just wanted to just doodle something. Speaking of doodling, I also did some doodling over here. We have Karopi with like a full human body for some reason. Some bears. I don't know, a vampire lady of sorts, I guess. Okay, it's like super shiny on camera. Also, hello everybody. I'm sorry, I can't really see chat too much because the camera's at a different angle than it was the last time I was on live. So it's kind of hard to like read chat while I'm doing this, but I appreciate y'all, okay? So, hello. Thanks for being here. Anyways, this spread was kind of like the start of wanting to do more junk journaling in my sketchbooks. So just like a little story. My boss took all of like me and my coworkers out to, you know, kind of like celebrate the new year and stuff. And like, you know, Christmas, all of the holidays. And so he paid for all of our like stuff. We went to like a Korean barbecue place. It was pretty cool. And that was the first time that I ever had soju. And if you've never had soju, it's really good because it doesn't really taste that much like alcohol. But we had 10 shots. There's not a whole lot of alcohol in soju, but I had 10 shots because we were trying different flavors. And then we immediately went to Miniso afterwards, and obviously I had to buy things. So I ended up getting Puchako, this little guy, in this Sanrio blind box, and then I was like, I really like the packaging, so I'm gonna put it in here, but I wanted to make it like artsy. And I didn't even know what junk journaling was, you know, whenever I made it, but, you know, I've since gotten kind of obsessed with it. And then over here, we have, I think these were just like studies from Line of Action. You know, they're okay. I was, you know, pretty proud of them back then, but then I was like, I don't want to do that. This was another blind box that I bought at Miniso that same day. And I got Funshine Bear. I really wanted the secret, like, little bedtime bear, but I would have been happy with any of them. That's the way that I approach blind boxes. If there's like a couple where I'm like, I don't want this one, I'm not gonna buy that blind box. But if there's like, you know, I would be okay with any of them, I'll buy it. Sure, why not? You know? Okay. And then this was just like some of the remnants of all of that. Of like all of the packaging and stuff. So, plus, you know, some stickers. I have so many stickers. I just keep buying them. So I'm like, I'm just gonna start using them. And then over here, I really wanted to challenge myself by making like a full illustration. The problem is that I also felt very rushed when making this because I knew that my now fiance was visiting me. So, you know, I was like, well, I can't spend too much time on this, but I do want to make progress. And then I just like finished it. So I don't really like love it as much as I probably could, but I don't know. There's still something in it that I like. So, and then I think we ended up we started binge watching a series, but I don't remember which series. So I just grabbed a couple of markers and stuff, and I sat down and I drew this. And then I also had like a little box of all of my blind box goodies. I think this was also after we actually ended up going to that same place, because I was like, oh, I wanna treat him to something. So yeah, so we went to It's like a hot pot and Korean barbecue place. Spent a lot of money. That's fine. I ended up getting the little farting one, farting rainbows, which is kind of like the one that I was like, I wouldn't be super excited to get that one, but, you know, that's okay. You know, sometimes you don't get them. Then I kept all of that. Exciting stuff, I must say. And then here was that same, like, you know, couple of markers that I used around here. I used here. I think that this might have been like my last-ish page of 2024, which is kind of crazy to think about. And yeah, I really liked the color scheme. I thought that it was very nice. It's like, you know, my favorite colors, I guess. And then I forced my fiance to, you know, draw, so he drew Handsome Squidward from memory and Eggman as well. So, pretty cool. And then I did even more doodles while we were just sitting there, you know, watching stuff. There's like a lot to look at here, so I'll just sort of let y'all kind of look at that. But I was having a lot of fun around here. But I was also just feeling very off, and I'm not really sure why. You know? But I think that might have just been seasonal depression. And then I also did this side. Of course, I drew a giant eyeball. Because it's kind of what a lot of artists do when they don't know what to draw. I also did a lot of poppin' cookin' stuff, so you're gonna see quite a few of them in here. This one I liked. It was like pretty okay, like process-wise. Taste, I mean, they all kind of taste like chemicals, but that's okay, you know? It was fun. It's an experience. If you've never done poppin' cookin', I would suggest you start. They're fun. And then I wanted to do something with like different colors than this page. So like, you know, lots of, you know, blues here. And then I did more like warm colors for this one. But I also really like the way that this eye turned out. I don't know what was going on with me though around this time either, but you know, I like it. And then this was from we did like a Secret Santa at work as well. And this is one of the things that I got. And I really like the packaging. I think that they're all so cute. So, you know, put that in here. I was trying to like keep it as like nice as I could, but you know, it keeps kind of bending here. And then this is like, I think my last blind box that I got. And I got this one up here. This like little, this one. And I liked them all, so I'm pretty happy with it. I did more doodles, and I also kept tabs on my YouTube channel for some reason in here. So I guess my YouTube 2024 recap was I got 460 subscribers. Kind of crazy. So that was fun. And then I also did a lot more doodles of just, you know, bears. I don't know why sometimes I'll just default to drawing bears. I think that's just where I had started, so, you know, sometimes I have to reconnect with that. Little Karopi here. You know, and then I was starting to also put things together here. But then I didn't like the colors that I had here, so I was like, I don't want to deal with that. Maybe I'll do it someday, maybe I won't. I ended up not, but, you know, still some fun little doodles. I mean, look at these little fish. Like them a lot. Yeah, and then this, I'm not sure if this is like Poppin' Cookin', like the brand, but it's very similar concept, where you're kind of just like making your own like little candy. It did not really work, but I don't know if that was user error or not. But it was still pretty tasty, gonna be honest. This one was tasty. And then we went to like the dollar store and we got some of these posters. We didn't even like end up finishing them, but I just kind of put my own like background. I don't know how well you can see it. I think I need to like move the camera up more. But yeah, I just put that in here because I, still kind of liked the art of it, I guess. And then I had this coffee, and it was pretty good, you know. Not exactly my cup of tea, because it's coffee. No, it's it was pretty okay. But I really liked the packaging, which is probably why I actually bought it. And then of course I had to put it in here because I liked it. So, but I also added some stickers just to add to the vibe. It's a fun spread. And then my fiance and I also bought matching socks. So I put that in here. And a lot of the things that were in here are unsticking, so this page is very fragile. But I was trying to make like this kind of look like broken glass. And like most of these pieces stayed, but there was like a lot of pieces up here. Kind of fell apart, but that's okay. I did another Poppin' Cookin' one. This one's my favorite, okay? Because you can use color theory to make your own little guys. And I just thought it was so cute. And I had a lot of fun. And if I could, I would do it again. I wish that they would make like a bigger batch for me. I mean, I guess I could figure out how to just make it myself, but like, I don't want to do all that. Yeah, okay. Just some more stuff. This one came from one of the blind boxes, and then I just kind of added a whole bunch of stuff in the background, but I thought it looked nice. Can't really see it because it's like kind of shiny, but I don't know. I liked this face a lot. I liked the texture of like the line art and stuff, so had to put that in there. And then over here, for New Year's Eve, my family and I did like a little spa night. So we watched some movies, we did face masks, feet masks, hand masks, and it was just fun. We wanted to go into the new year, new, fresh. It was fun. So I think this one was my mask, and then this was a mask as well. I think this might have also been mine. I don't remember. But yeah, very, very fun, very, very cool. And then this one is a little bit more of like event page, but like not really. Around this time, I kind of started to kind of develop like a different version of my little Art Sona character, for event-like pieces. Just whenever I'm feeling a little off, I can kind of go into it. So I was kind of doodling some concepts. A lot of them I actually still really like, so I might have to look back on this. Like I really like this like Heart Factory one. I think that would be like a fun little, sticker design or something. But yeah, just trying to figure out what I wanted that to really like look like. you know. And then I started doing like this weird technique that I see a lot of people do where they're, trying to render faces, but I did not study facial anatomy at this time, but, you know, that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta try things. But I do kind of really like the way that this, like, little plant came out, and everything. And I also did some more doodles. I think that my partner was sick around this time, so sickness was very much around me. But I think from the initial sickness that I had at the beginning of the sketchbook, I don't think I was sick at all afterwards, which is nice. But definitely did a lot more doodling around this time because I kind of didn't know how else to do like junk journaling and stuff because I think a lot of my major pieces were already used. So, you know, I drew some bears. I was definitely like watching a lot of YouTube and just like keeping my hand busy. Because I feel like, I don't know, that sometimes that just works for me where it's like, okay, now that I feel, better, I can kind of get back into doing art and stuff and like feeling better about the way that I draw. But also, I just feel like all of these are like such fun doodles. So I was definitely still just having fun with kind of testing things out. I was definitely watching a lot of Drawfee around this time as well. And stuff. I'm trying to like pick one thing to talk about on this page. I guess, hold on, I'm trying to make sure that you guys can like see it. So like these two, I really liked. I really like these doodles. I like this style a lot. I haven't done anything like it since, but I thought that it was cute. And then I feel like I just kind of kept using like similar styles of eyes. Because even though I like the way that I draw eyes, typically, which is just, kind of like dots or dashes the way, depending on how you look at it, very like, okay, it's like up here, like this. Sometimes you just get bored. So you're like, I'm just gonna try a different style out. But yeah, just like mostly faces, I guess. It's kind of like my favorite thing to draw. But yeah, I think like this page, probably all same day. Just drawing a lot. Just trying to force my hand to draw as much as I can. I really like this face. I think it's very cute. And I like the style of Kuropi. Oh, and I guess also like this page as well. And then I think here I was like, oh, maybe I should get back into doing like art studies and try to get a little bit more focused again. That did not last very long, to be honest. So, yeah. Here I was just, drawing bodies, just trying to like have more fun with it, I guess, than I was like allowing myself, but not liking the way that they had turned out enough to like add anything else to them. Started using orange. Drawing more dogs. I don't know. I kind of like the way that I like drew these dogs, but I don't know. I don't know what I know. Did more poppin' cooking. These are supposed to kind of like pop out more. So then they're like buttons. Thought that was kind of fun. Kind of wish that I did like a background, but I was very like burnt out around this time, so I was like, it's whatever. Did some Zen tangles, just trying to like keep my hand warm because I was like really worried that all of a sudden I was just gonna like no longer have any artistic abilities whatsoever if I like stopped drawing for a little bit. So like every day I would come back and I would just do something different. Which I don't do anymore. Yay! But I do need to get back into drawing because I kind of have stopped for too long and I want to get back into it. And then around here I was trying to do more buildings because I was like really, really wanting to just kind of get into drawing more settings and backgrounds and stuff. But something got lost along the way. I have kind of stopped doing that. But I think it was because I wanted to focus a little bit more on being able to like pose people, I guess. But we're not there yet. So around here, mostly buildings, mostly doodles, mostly just like having fun, adding whimsy and whatever. You know, trying to get back into doing like having a process here. So I like sketched it with pencil and then I went over it with colored pencil because I was gonna then, you know, color it, but then I never did. But I like this up here actually. You know, I think that looks cute. And I like this little guy. I don't know, something. I just really like drawing bugs that like very vaguely resemble bugs. You know what I mean? And I do like another little scene here. You're about to get your shit rocked, I guess. And then over here I have, you know, some heads. I have a little bear, just a little star, you know. And so this spread kind of goes a little crazy, for sure. I really wanted to do something that was like more in the sketchbook, because I kind of wanted to be able to mix my own art with adding like, you know, junk and stuff, or like junk, I guess. So I was very much into Sonic around this time, as a lot of you may know. So of course I had to draw Eggman and Agent Stone. And I really like the way that the background on this one looks. I feel like it looks very nice, very put together. My purple was definitely running out, but I was hoping that it would be all okay. And then I think this one and this one are from the movie 3 posters. This one was from a reference of a game. Oops. But yeah, this one's from a reference to a game, but Agent Stone's not really like in a game, so. But I did try to make a little game version of him. And yeah, I just think that this spread's really cute, and I really liked it. So, that's all I got. That's all I got over here. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm not breaking things. And then I was trying to, like, tell myself that it's okay to take, like, longer to fill up a sketchbook. But also I was very, like, hard on myself because I think I, like, stopped making full-length YouTube videos at this time because me and editing, we do not match at all. So this was me just telling myself to slow down. And then both of these little guys spin, which was very cool and very fun. I'm trying to remember exactly how I made both of them, because I need to make sure that these two, like, are same size, they flow the same, and I want to say that I, like, had, like, a master cutout, and then I, like, traced it. I don't remember, but, or, actually, maybe I just, like, folded the piece of paper. I don't know, but either way, they should be very, very similar. And I did, like, I don't know how to explain it without actually, like, showing you guys, but I use, like, the paper technique. I think I have something on TikTok. I have it saved. I don't know if I've reposted it, or anything. But it's very easy. I just don't know how to explain it without showing you the actual pieces, to make it spin. But there are tutorials out there. I just don't know how to help And then over here, I was just trying some things out. This little, hold on, this slides around. I definitely made like this too big, but he slides. This one's just like another like button that you can press, but just having some fun. Hello everybody who has joined since I've started. And then I have more kind of just stuff. I don't even know how to explain it. I just like had a lot of paper from my original 15th sketchbook because it again fell apart. So I kind of just used some pages, put some color on it, put it in here. I like it a lot. But I also feel like there could be more. It's not very like cohesive, but that's okay. And then I think I was gonna start another page here, but I was like, I like ran out of things to put. So then of course I went back to just doodling. I tried to doodle my dog, but this is like not really what he looks like at all. But also he moved from this position, so it's kind of hard to like look at him and draw him, if that makes sense. I kind of like this drawing a lot. Like it's not perfect, but I don't know. I like this one. I like them all for various reasons, but you know, just trying to have fun, trying to do something a little different, like trying out different styles or whatever. Oh yeah, I was definitely watching Drawfee around this time. I don't remember the context to this, but I was definitely just like drawing or like writing things that they were saying because I was like, oh, that's fun, you know. Trying to see what else to talk about, but I really don't. I don't know. I was trying something different here because I was oh man, I was watching a different artist kind of go through like their own process. And I really liked the colors that they were using, and I was like, oh, I'm sure that I could probably figure out how to make something look really cool. No. I mean, I don't really like this page. This page is like okay. But I feel like there could be more, you know? But I was also just like creatively frustrated, so it is what it is. We'll get into this in a second. I think I was just drawing like finger positions here, so like without the palm. I'm not really sure why. I just thought that it looked cool. We'll say that. And then I don't think you can really read this, but it says, I'm bored of this sketchbook. I need to find my passion again. Because I don't know, like it was art block, burnout, whatever you want to call it. I was definitely going through it at this time, and I think for the majority of the year, to be honest. But, oh yeah. Then I was sort of, you know, kind of, like, really hard on myself, so I took a tissue box, because we obviously ran out of the tissues, and I just got sad a little bit. I'm okay now, guys. Don't worry. I'm okay. Just, you know, I don't know if anybody else feels that way, where it's like they just, you know, they're like, I don't know, just kind of feeling a little useless sometimes, but it's okay, I'm okay now. And you'll never guess what I'm gonna say again. More doodles. I drew this really fun little giraffe over here. Drew some people. Just trying to kind of like come up with something to draw, you know. But I like doodling a lot. I feel like it clears my head a little bit. And then I was trying to do like a little head spin. It's not perfect, but, you know, just trying something. I'm trying to see if there's anything else of note on this one. I don't think. Yeah, just like doodling whatever came to mind. I love filling up little doodly. Okay, this is kind of a good house, actually. I like that drawing of a house. I need to get back into drawing buildings again, because they're kind of fun once you kind of get the hang of it. And just trying to like add hands to my drawings, because I still really struggle with drawing hands. I mean, I know that every artist struggles with drawing hands, but like, I don't even know what I want them to do half the time, but I'm trying to kind of build that skill up a little bit. You know, just some fun whimsy. Just trying to fill these pages up. I think I definitely did everything in this red pen like the same day. Just trying to fill it up. Just wanting to like get to the next sketchbook. Not really sure what was going on over here, but I drew like this like little rat. And then I just drew this. I think originally I was gonna actually color it in, much like a lot of pages in here. But then I was like, I don't like the way that the line art looked, so I decided not to. And then I was like, I'm over this sketchbook. Let me out. Let me out. So I just kind of, you know, was trying to like fill it up, but I still really like the way that this looks. I think it's cute. Very cute style, I will say. This bird with some big feet. Eggman. Some flowers. An angry flower. You know, this guy, I think I was like, oh, he's like over here, and now he's like saying hi to you. Man, I don't know. And then my little art Sona with the sketchbook, and I'm just over it. But yeah, thanks for looking through my sketchbook, as my little guy is saying to you. And then I had some Aloha bars. Those are good. This is pretty good. I actually am not a huge soda drinker, but I like this brand. This is good. I did enjoy adding all the stuff into my sketchbook, you know. And then I have like all my swatching here, because I think I had maybe just gotten my acrylic markers, and then I pretty much used them up. But I think I bought myself more than I did my last sketchbook, so I had a lot more options. I still have a lot of these options, but I use them up a lot. And then, yeah, so that's the end of my 15th sketchbook. I'm really excited for my next one, because I feel like that one has like a lot more to it than this one did. But you know, it was still pretty good. You know, kind of like figuring out that I enjoyed kind of putting things together, you know, all that junk journaling. You know, even all of, like, the doodles I think are really cute and good, but, you know. But with that said, unfortunately, our time has come to an end. The sketchbook tour that I did last Monday should be coming out soon. Let me check. In about like a little over an hour. And then this one will probably be scheduled for sometime this week. You know, but I hope that everybody enjoyed their time, and I will see you guys in the next sketchbook tour. Goodbye.